What's up, everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of Life's a Garden. We're going to kick things off with our positive motivational message of the week. And this week, it is believe to achieve. In order to achieve our goals, we all have goals. We all have plans that we like to make. We all have dreams that we chase. But in order to achieve those dreams, to achieve those goals, you have to believe that you can. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in the process. You have to believe that it is obtainable to achieve these goals. You have to put in the work. You have to first have a dream. You first have to have to even imagine something and to want a goal or a dream to come true. But if there's no way you can make these things happen if you don't have faith that it can. You have to have that faith in yourself, the belief that you can do it, the belief that it can be done. And once you have that faith and that belief, it becomes a lot easier for these things to come true. So, believe in yourself. Believe in the big picture. Believe in the end goal. And it will come true. Believe to achieve. And with that, let's roll in to today's episode. It is episode 191 of Life's a Garden. And we are back with another brand spanking new episode. Much apologies for being a day late here on the podcast. It was a very busy weekend, and I wanted to do the podcast after our big show at the pub station so that I could tell you all about it. I could tell you my reaction and give basically a recap of how the night went. Unfortunately, the next day, I felt like I had just ran a marathon. I felt like I had just did a full body workout, was completely exhausted. Didn't help that I had drank quite a bit after the show, so that added on top of it. So I was physically exhausted, I was emotionally exhausted, I was mentally exhausted. All the adrenaline that had been pumped into this event, I came crashing down, so I'm just fully exhausted on Sunday, which is when I planned on originally recording the podcast so that I could release it on our normal day, which would be Monday. And yet here I am recording this on a Monday. We're going to streamline it, fast track it so that it'll be out today on a Tuesday as this is coming out. It'll be out tomorrow as of the time of recording this. But yeah, it was a busy week. I could have done the podcast on Friday or Thursday and had it ready to go. But like I said, I wanted to give my, all the reactions, tell all the tales of the big show, because that was the big thing that happened this week, you know? And I thought that would be pretty interesting to divulge here on the podcast. Awesome. First and foremost, let's get all these out of the way. First things first, thank you so much to everybody that came out to the show, to all the people who spent their hard-earned money, took the time out of their day to come out, support local music, support local artists, and it means more every time. Like, every time people come out, and you see a lot of the same faces, that means so much for people to do it again and again and again, and to be considered fans. And we made a lot of new fans, met a lot of new people. This was a great opportunity that we were given. So a huge thank you to Fake News Band for inviting us to be on the card with them, to be on the night, share the stage with them. They gave us a huge opportunity. I think it's going to pay dividends in the long run. I think we gained a lot of new fans that night. I think we proved to the pub station that we have a following, that we can bring a crowd, and that we perform well. We do a good job performing. We have good stage presence. We sound good. People enjoy what we do. People enjoy our sound and the music and all that. So hopefully that has opened a door for us. It has at least our foot in the door there at the pub station for more shows for us to play and just to have other opportunities to do such a thing. So thanks all around, and thank you to the pub station too. Thank you to the pub station. Their staff was amazing. Everybody was very kind to us and very easy to work with. The sound technicians, just the security, the bartenders, everybody was extremely nice, extremely welcoming. So thank you to everybody at the pub station for their hospitality and for allowing us to be there and perform. So thank you all around. Fake News Band, go check them out. They are an amazing band. They did a great job with the Alice in Chains tribute. They crushed it. And I'll just take you through the night, I guess. I'll just kind of tell you a little bit how the night went. So we ended up getting there at 3 p.m. for load-in. We loaded in our equipment. We were getting ready to do sound check. There was a little bit of a delay. Fake News had some technical difficulties with some of their stuff. They have a lot more high-tech equipment than we do. They have a whole inner system. They have a whole different their own system as far as they didn't have any amps, so everything gets just straight lined through the PA system, which is actually really convenient. But with most technology, it's never as easy or as simple as it may be, or as you hope it would be. So there was some delays there. We ended up not sound checking till a little later, till about 5 o'clock. So, which was, you can't help that stuff. That's just part of the gig. That's part of the deal. You can't, nobody can foresee things like that. So, while it was at times frustrating, it's easy to get over, I'm not saying we were frustrated with them. I think everybody was just frustrated with anytime you have technical difficulties. You know what I mean? Anytime something goes wrong, you always want things to run smoothly. So I hold no blame to anybody, but this is just how things work, So we ended up sound checking around 5 o'clock, got our stuff all loaded up on stage. It's so, let me tell you, as a performer, there is nothing better than sound checking before the show when nobody is around, where you can actually take the time. That's the other thing too. That's why we weren't stressing out about sound checking later than we were thinking we were going to, because nobody was there. We were there early. We had time to set up our merch and do all that. Oh, let me give a huge shout out to my friend Brandon Astrid and his wife Maddie Brandon's been on the show before. For helping us out with merch. They stepped up and came and helped us out in selling merch. That was a huge, huge relief to have that. And I'll get to that more as we go on. I'm going to go through the night. Like I said, though, sound checking before a show is so nice. You actually can play a full song so that everybody can make sure that they're getting what they need out of their monitors. We can make sure our levels are right. We can tweak things here and there, and we have time to actually do it. It's not rushed. You're not rushed to get things on the stage or off the stage and get everything sound checked in the moment when there's a whole crowd of people, and you don't want to burn any material. You don't want to it's just nice. It's easier for us. It's definitely a stress reliever, just not having to do that. So that was a huge plus. I was super glad that we got to do the sound check beforehand. As I mentioned, my friend Brandon and his wife came and did the merch. So they showed up right as we were done with the sound check. I basically just ran them through all the merch stuff and where everything was. I had everything organized for them, try and make it a little easier for them. And that in and of itself was so necessary. We've never really had somebody run the merch for us. We've had family members and friends keep an eye on the merch, and then after the show, we're just out selling it. We just pop behind the thing and sell the merch. But it's nice to have somebody who's dedicated to doing that. It's nice because then they're always there. They're trying to sell people on the merch. Where like when we're done with shows, people are coming up to us. They want to chat about the show. They want to tell you, they want to compliment you, or they want to like give you advice or give whatever. Talk about the music. Talk about when did you guys start? All the bullshit. Or you see family members, you see friends, you're catching up. It's difficult to try and sell merchandise and sell people on stuff when you got other people coming up and just wanting to talk. And that's what we should be doing. We should be interacting with the fans. We should be thanking them and thanking them for coming and listening to what they have to say. That's part of the gig. You want to acknowledge the fans and interact with them. So having the merch, somebody running the merch was extremely necessary, especially in this scenario where there was a lot of people. Total final ticket sales were 703. That is an absolute amazing turnout for two local bands. Granted, Fake News was doing a tribute act, which tends to bring in a lot of people because, people want to hear one of their favorite bands be like a cover of the favorite band, some of their favorite music. People like to listen to music that they know, So we were put in a very great position here where we could play our original stuff, because that's what Fake News is. Fake News does covers. They're a cover band, and they do a lot of tribute acts. So that is their bread and butter. And it gave us the opportunity to put out our original material to people who may have never heard of us. So before the show, we're kind of hanging out in the back room, which was kind of cool because you start thinking about all the awesome big acts that have been there before, that have probably walked through those hallways and sat in the green room and stuff like that. But it was kind of cool how all us guys were back there just kind of getting hyped up and just with each other. Like we weren't distracted. We were there in the moment with each other, getting hyped up for the show. We walk on the stage. We ended up going on a little early just because I wanted to make sure the set or the changeover time after our set was smooth. I didn't want to. I don't ever like to run the light. I don't like to be the one that stays on the stage too long and takes too long to get things off. So we wanted just a little early, which worked out perfectly. And the other thing, I didn't want to feel rushed. I didn't want all of our guys or us to I wanted the timing and the pacing to be smooth, which it was. I don't think we could have paced the show any better. The time in between the songs was perfect. The talking points, we had a few breaks where I would interact with the crowd and just talk to the crowd. All of that was paced out very well, and we hit our mark perfectly on the time. And we performed. I thought the performance went really well. Now, I thought for myself, going up on that stage with all these people, that I was just going to be a ball of nerves. The second you get up there and start singing, and it really doesn't change. Whether you're playing in front of 20 people or 200 people, it doesn't really change. You just find your routine. You're like, I've been here before. I've done this before. The big difference was the reaction. When you're done, you get that applause. You get that, you really feel that energy, and you see it because there's a whole sea of people pumping their fists and bobbing their heads and moving around, and really you can see the enjoyment. And that was the big difference in having that giant crowd, was seeing the emotion and feeling the energy. So that made everything a little bit, it was actually more it was actually easier, I should say. It was easier to play because you were getting that reaction. You were getting the what's the word I'm looking for? Approval of the crowd. The crowd was approving of what we were doing. So it made us more it made me more confident, I should say. I shouldn't speak for everybody. But it made me more confident knowing that everybody was digging what we were doing. There was a couple awesome moments, like, now that we've had our CD out, Palomar, I'll plug it again as I always do. It's on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, and we have hard copies as well. Our CD Palomar. Now that that's been out and people have had time to learn some of our songs, there was a couple moments when we played specific songs off that CD, and you heard the crowd just like, yeah, I'm like, no, because they knew that song. They heard it start up, and they're just like, yes, I know this one. That is such a cool feeling when you're playing a song that people know, and they, I'm sure people were singing to it, and in fact, I know because I couldn't hear it myself, but people in the crowd were telling me that there was people singing to some of our songs, which is just so cool. It's cool to know that people are like so into the songs that they're learning them and they know them word for word. It's a great feeling. Just to get that response was really awesome. And then afterwards, we just hung out, met a lot of new people. I think we made a ton of new fans. There was so many people. We sold a lot of merch, which is a great sign because it's just telling. It's telling that people enjoyed what you did. They want to support. They want to, like, anytime I buy band shirts or merchandise of bands, especially ones that I just heard for the first time, it's because I enjoyed what they did so much. I want to represent that on my body. I want to wear that with pride, knowing, like, this was so good. I'm a fan. Look at me. I'm repping this. I'm giving it my seal of approval because I enjoyed it. So that is such a great feeling when people are so into what you're doing that they're willing to support by whatever means, whether it's buying the merch, buying the music, even just coming up and saying, great job. Like I said, met a ton of people who were very pleased and enjoyed the show. And that's a weird feeling in a way. Like, it's great and I love it. And I do as best as I can to reciprocate and to let them know how appreciative we are of their support. The weird thing is when people ask you to sign stuff, because I just saw you almost get that imposter syndrome where you're like, I don't know that I belong here doing this. Like, you don't need my autograph. I'm just some local guy. Like, I've lived in this town my whole life. I'm nothing to be excited about like that. I'll shake your hand and I'll say hey to you, whatever. When people ask for pictures and when people ask for autographs, it's not that I'm not willing to do it, and it's not that I'm put off by it. I love it. I think it's just a very weird feeling. It's something that you never expect it. You're never hoping for it. And when it happens, you're just like, really? Like, me? I'm just some guy. Like, I'm just some guy that's doing what he likes to do. That's just doing what he enjoys. And then it doesn't go unappreciated. Like, I appreciate that people want that and that people are so into it that they want autographs and they want pictures and things like that. It just feels odd to me. You know what I mean? Especially as somebody who has asked for autographs and has wanted pictures with some of my favorite artists. It makes you feel a little bit like you're an imposter in that situation. But nonetheless, more than willing to do things like that, and I'm very appreciative, of course, as always. So, and then Fake News went on. They did a great show. I love Alice in Chains. It's one of my all-time favorite bands. They absolutely crushed it. They did an amazing job and played like all my favorite songs, which was so cool. Their sound was just so on point with all of it. And I was kind of dipping back and forth, wanting to watch them and then also interact with the fans. So we had a nice balance, and the night couldn't have gone any better. Let's be honest. Like, there was definitely points in the show, like, where for myself, I feel like I could have done a few things better on stage as far as just stage presence. I feel like I could have done some things a little better as far as vocally, and just they're all minor things. It's nothing that detracts from the show itself. These are all just little tiny self criticisms that I have. But there's nothing wrong with that. It's okay to analyze you and your best moments even, and try and see what you can improve on. And so there are improvements to be made, and that's fine. But it's like, now that we've done this, now that we've played that kind of a show, it's like, I don't know. It feels like we can do anything now. Everything is achievable. Like, achievement unlocked. Like in a video game, when you hit an achievement in that, like on Xbox, it's like bloom, and then it says achievement unlocked. We've unlocked the next achievement. We are on to the next level of the game. So, next time, if the next big step would be to play a show that's over 1,000 people, or at some kind of something like that, That literally was that's about as big as it can get for a local here, besides the Metro, for real. Like, besides an arena, for what we have available to us here, that's about as big as it gets. We don't really have theaters or anything like that. So we've basically reached the pinnacle of what we can here. And it's just that next step. It's that next level that we have to believe to achieve. Achievement unlocked. We believed it. We achieved it. And it's been unlocked. So now it's like anywhere else we play, it's going to be like a walk in the park. Or it's like we've already achieved this level, and everything else, it's not going to be less than, but it's going to be like, okay, we can do this. This is nothing to us. Like, we've done the high level shit. So anything else will seem easier and not as daunting of a task. What else do I want to say about it? I guess, I've given a lot of inside baseball as far as, like, just the behind the scenes stuff and the way we think and the way we do things as far as behind the stage and the way we set up and the way we practice and stuff like that. One thing I will say, as far as, like, making a set list of songs, nothing we do in this band, let me say this. Nothing we've ever done in this band has been without reason. We always have a purpose behind what we do. It's all very highly thought out, strategized. It's not without purpose. You know what I mean? And like the way we structured the album, we did that we structured it that way for a reason. Because it kind of tells a story in a way, because it flows better in a certain way, and it's like we want to open up with a certain thing. We want to have certain things in the middle, and we want to close strong. That's how you do a set list too. So for anybody who's curious, you have your set list. You want it to you want to start off on a high note. You want it to kind of like mellow out, and then you want to crescendo to the end. We open up with a couple of banger songs. We interact with the crowd. We play some more bangers. And then you start getting that little bit of a dip. We play the softer stuff, a little bit more of the chill, vibing stuff. Then we added in a new song. That's an exciting moment. That's a very, like, strong moment for the crowd. It's going to get a reaction. It's going to be something that fans who have been with us for a long time are excited about. That's going to bring the energy up again. And then you close strong. So we closed with 3 of our strongest songs. All 3 songs were on the CD. And so it's like a dance, You're basically choreographing the emotion that you want to have the crowd feel throughout the show. You don't want to just play random songs. You don't want to just, like, it has to have purpose. It has to have meaning behind it. And every set list we've ever made, it's been very well thought out. It's like we want to pair certain songs together because they have a similar vibe. We want to play certain songs in the beginning. We want to play certain songs at the end because we want it to end strong, and we want to play songs that we're confident in at certain points. There's a certain reason why we put the new song here. There's a certain reason why we put the ballad here. You know, there's every placement of a song on a set list for us has purpose, and I thought we executed that perfectly. I thought we basically conducted the crowd the way we wanted them to be conducted. And if by doing that, the reason that's important is it makes it more memorable. You're basically setting the crowd on like this journey, this emotional journey where you start off with a heavy, hard-hitting song. The first note that I'm hitting is a scream. So right away you're getting punched in the face. People are just like, whoa. And for anybody who doesn't know us, you know, it's like, holy shit, like, what is going on? Like, these guys are going at it. For anybody who does know us, that's a song that's on the CD. They recognize this song. It's immediately a song that they know that they can get attached. They can sing along with it. They can recognize it. So you start there. Then you hit a couple more heavy, hard-hitting bangers, play a couple more songs off the CD, and you want to split those up. That's another important thing. You don't want to play all your songs that are released together. You want to sprinkle those throughout the show, because for all the fans that do know those, it's like, it's not just boom, 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 boom. It's throughout the show. Oh, I know this one. Oh, here's a different one. Here's one I'm not sure of. I've never heard of. Oh, that's a new song. Oh, here's another one I know. You know what I mean? And for anybody who doesn't know us, it's important to do that because they're hearing these songs and then they see them on the CD and they're like, oh, I think I do. I think I remember that. And then they'll get triggered back to, oh, I do remember when they played that in the show. And then it's not all clumped together. And of course, you want to just end strong. So we play 3 songs that were on the CD that people know, because now the energy is going to be high. Everybody who does know us, they're going to stay strong to the end. That's going to build up the people who don't know us as much. And plus, they're all very strong songs that we are confident that we are going to execute very well. Everything that is done on that stage is with purpose. And so the only reason I brought that up was because I think it's at least kind of interesting for anybody out there who doesn't know what I'm talking about, who isn't like in the music stuff and doesn't understand as much or isn't as involved in the behind the scenes stuff. I just thought it's kind of interesting knowledge that I can at least share with you that you might find semi-interesting. Just to have a little bit of that inside knowledge. But yeah, so great night all around. I can't even explain to you how just amazing of a feeling that was to come off that stage and to have known that we put it all on the stage. We left everything up there. We executed as best to our ability, and to know we came off successful and people enjoyed it. That's a win. So hopefully we will be playing there again. Hopefully multiple times this year. That would be awesome. So again, thank you to everybody who came out. Thank you to Fake News. Thank you to Pub Station. Thank you to everybody. If you're curious to listen to us, like I said, go check us out. The CD is called Palomar. Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, Pandora, YouTube, anywhere you can get music. Go check us out. And let us know. Follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and come to the next show. So that's that. That's that about the show. That was a whole lot of talking about the show, but there's a reason that's why I wanted to wait till after the show to talk about it, because I knew there was going to be a lot of content there. There was going to be a lot of things to talk about. And it was just such a big moment for myself. It was a big moment for the band. And I can't even really fully express the feelings of joy and satisfaction and just pride, really. You know, we've worked so hard, and it's been a long time coming for us to get that opportunity. And when those opportunities come, you got to come prepared. You got to be ready to execute. You can't just come in overly confident. You can't come in with this chip on your shoulder. You earn that by executing. You earn that. If you come in overly confident, if you come in thinking you're the best, and you don't execute, well, then you just look like an absolute asshole. If you come in humble, if you come in prepared, you come in, I think that's pretty much all I can say. Humble and prepared. And just without attitude. You earn more respect. And you earn and you feel more pride in what you've done. Really. So overly proud, overly ecstatic with all of it. So this will absolutely fall into one of the greatest moments of my life. So I'm just happy to share it with you guys. And now, this coming week, I'm going to take all this energy and I'm going to go celebrate in Las Vegas. This is my Christmas present to my mom. I got it for her back at Christmas time. I purposefully, I couldn't decide if I wanted to do the trip before the show or after the show, and I'm so glad I did it after. It gave me more time to focus on the show itself and not be distracted. And now it's like a little vacation. It's a little celebration. Like it's still a gift to my mom. It's still something that we're going to enjoy together. But also for me, I can take this as a moment of celebration and a time to celebrate the achievements of the band and the achievements that I'm lucky to be a part of. And to go have fun and have a little bit of a vacation. Perfect timing because the snow just blew in today. Thought we were done with that shit, but apparently not. Snow just blew in, so I can't tell you how ready for Vegas I am. I'm so ready. It's going to be beautiful. We don't really have a whole lot of plans. I think we're going to kind of just wing it. I have a few things in mind, We're going to go do all the touristy stuff. Go check out the fountains at the Bellagio. Probably go do the little boat thing at the Venetian. Maybe go to the High Roller, and I don't know. We're going to do all the little touristy things. Go to Fremont Street. We'll gamble a little bit. We might go to a show or a couple, maybe like a magic show or a musical show, something like that. We might pop in on something like that, but we haven't really planned anything out yet. And then there's a UFC fight that weekend. We'll probably check that out. Probably put a couple sports bets down. I don't really plan on playing a lot of the table games. I might do a couple. Might be do a little roulette, maybe some blackjack. But I'm not doing blackjack unless I'm on Fremont, man, because those tables are just so spendy. And I'd rather just pump in 20s on a machine and just have fun with that. And me and Mom will just gamble together. And we'll go eat at some nice places. We'll have some food. And we're just going to enjoy ourselves. We're just going to kick back. And it's nice to be on a vacation and not have all these plans. It's just, it's almost so much better to just wing it. Because I think you have more fun that way. Because if you're trying to run around and get to this place and get to this place and you have this itinerary, you're more focused on that. You're more focused on getting to this destination, or rather than just going with the flow, taking your time, enjoying the moment. I think that makes for a better trip. So that's kind of what we're doing anyway. Can you imagine how much money is in Vegas? Like think about one of those casinos. How much money does one of those casinos have to have on hand at all times? It's got to be like hundreds of millions of dollars at any given moment. Because they got to be prepared to cash out. Now think about how much money is just in the hotel being spent by people. There's thousands of rooms. And every one of them has like hundreds of dollars, if not thousands of dollars. The amount of money that's in the city of Las Vegas, on the strip of Las Vegas, is unreal. I always think of that song, Money, 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 because that was a song from the TV show Las Vegas. We used to watch that with my grandma. So anytime I think of like the Vegas Strip, I just think, money, 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 money. Oh, no, wait. That was, wait, oh, God, I'm so fucking dumb. That was the Apprentice theme song, wasn't it? Yeah. Money, Money, Money was the fucking Apprentice theme song. So what am I thinking of? What was the Vegas? Oh, hang on, I gotta look this up. Las Vegas show. It was something to do with money, wasn't it? Theme song? I do not recognize this at all. Is that really what it was? Shit, I'm stupid. I don't even recognize that at all. Like, what am I thinking of? Anyway, that was a huge brain fart. Can you tell I'm tired? I'm still exhausted, by the way. Like, even 2 days after the show, I'm still recovering. But nonetheless, a lot of money in Vegas. And you know what else is stupid about like Vegas and just casinos in general? Like, I enjoy gambling, you know that. I'll do a couple sports bets and I'll do a couple of table games, but at least with table games, there's some strategy involved. Same with sports bets. Like, it takes knowledge of the game and, like, really, there's more to it than just luck. Like, luck is a factor in everything. But there's more strategy and there's more, like, knowledge that actually takes place. Whereas if you just sit down to a machine, your luck starts the second you sit down. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what numbers you pick. It doesn't matter, you know, how much you bet. It doesn't matter, like, the rolling and all. Like, your luck starts the moment you sit down, because it's whether or not that machine is ready to pay out or not. The idea of a casino, though, is just so ridiculous because it's guaranteed to win. They're set up to never lose. The house can't lose on machines because the machines they're basically rigged to cash out at a certain point. So they're going to make more money than they give out. The way a casino loses out on money is if people don't show up. Oh, hang on. Sorry. A little sniffle. But yeah. They're made to not lose. So the only way a casino can lose is if people don't show up. That's the only way they don't make money. It's just crazy. It's crazy that we even like accept that as a business. To be able to like just pump money in. It's like you cannot lose business type of thing. Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, fucking I'm still gonna gamble, nonetheless. Even though the odds are rigged against me, I'm still gonna gamble. I'm still gonna have fun, and who knows? Maybe I'll come back with some money. Doubt it. Very doubtful. Honestly, I'll be happy if I win enough money to pay for the plane tickets. I'll be happy if I win enough money to just pay for the trip, or just to have more spending money, so I'm not just like running out of money, or you know, I want to just be able to have fun. You know what I'm saying? So it's exciting. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a good time. And yeah, and I'm excited for Mom to go get to check it out and get to do something like that, have a little fun. And I'm excited. I haven't been to Vegas in like 5 years. It's been a while. And this will be my second time ever going to Vegas. So should be fun. Should be a good time. Maybe we'll do a little coke. Maybe we'll go to a strip club. That's my other fear. Is it's gonna be it's great that I'm with my mom, because it'll force me into like being a little bit more reserved, being a little bit more chill. But when she goes to sleep, if I'm still raring to go out, that's when shit could get real. Is when I'm ready to go out, she's ready for bed, and I just hit the town, and God knows how that's going to be. Because I've never been in Vegas by myself. So that could be tricky. So next week, I'll probably come back. The next episode, I'll probably just be talking about the Vegas trip. I'll give you all the details on that. And chances are it'll be a day late as well. So just a forewarning, next week's episode might be coming out on Tuesday as well because we don't get back until Monday. So I'll probably have to just come back and do an immediate podcast following our flight back. Because we get back early enough, I could definitely run a podcast that day. So, yeah. So that's that. We're doing Vegas. Next week, you'll hear all about that. We had the big show this last week. A lot of stuff going on. And then it's just boom, boom, boom after that. Because then we got a big UFC card after next weekend. Then we got St. Patrick's Day. We got another show. I think that's coming up real soon. So another show right around the corner. And then there's something else the weekend after that, if I'm not mistaken. Just busy. And I love it. I love being busy. I love having stuff to do. Makes life so much more full. Gives you a lot more stuff to look forward to. I'm all about being busy and having things to do. You know what? What's another? Here's an interesting thought for you. I was thinking about this today because, not today, but I was thinking about this after the show and stuff. I'm just thinking about doing the show, performing the show, and then getting to go to Vegas. It's like you really can just do whatever you want. Like you can. It's just crazy to think like if you want to be in a band, do it. You can do it. If you want to learn the guitar, you can do it. If you want to go on a vacation, if you want to go to Vegas at the drop of a fucking hat, if you want to go to a football game or go do something go to a concert, go to do things, you can do it. You just got to do it. The biggest thing that holds people back from doing the things they want to do, or the biggest thing that holds them back from going where they want to go, or just achieving the goals that they want to achieve, is themselves. It's self-doubt. It's that voice in the head that just says, yeah, I really would like that, but, And then the excuse. Whatever the excuse is. Money, time, I'm tired, I'm this, I'm that. It's always some bullshit excuse that you give yourself. It's some out that you give yourself. That self-doubt or that self-whatever that you put in your brain that's all fake, full of bullshit. No, you can't do that. Just do it. Nike, go do it. Do the thing you want to do. You can. If you want to eat fucking cheesecake for breakfast and eat a pound of ice cream for dinner, you can do it. You physically can do it. It's probably not the best for you. It's not the best choice. I mean, when I say you can do whatever you want, it's good to have discipline involved in that. But it doesn't change the fact that you can, right? We can still do these things. We can do whatever we want. It's pretty amazing if you think about it. It's pretty amazing to think that we can just do anything we want. And that's kind of the beauty of being in this country too. It's the beauty of being an American and having the freedoms that we have. And I'm not going to just go diving into some crazy political thing, but it's just the truth. It's also the beauty of having free will and free thinking. That helps. Moving on. Because now I feel like I'm just rambling. Oh, by the way, I think I'm going to have to stop doing Zins. I think I think for whatever reason, I was doing them not every day, but I was doing them fairly regularly, especially when I would drink, And everything was fine. It was great, everything was regular. But ever since I got sick, ever since I had gotten sick for that 2-week span, it happened to me 3 times since then. After doing a Zen, I get sores in the back of my throat. Like canker sores. It's not too weird, but I'm prone to canker sores. Like if I bite my lip or if I bite my cheek or I bite my tongue, I just get canker sores. It automatically turns into a canker sore. So now I'm doing these Zins, and I know it's the Zins because it's happened every time I've done one. The last 3 times I did one. The next day, it like cuts up my throat or something. Because I had one on the back by my teeth on the left-hand side where my teeth would rub up against it. Then I had one like on the back of my tongue. So it felt like a sore throat, but it was on the very back of my tongue. And it caused such discomfort. Like I could not sleep. It literally felt like a sore throat. It hurt to swallow. It was the worst. And I haven't done a Zyn for like a week. And I've had nothing. I've been fine. So I as fast as the Zyn train started, as fast as I was starting to like do Zins, I think the train's going to have to come to a halt. I think I have to be done with them because I don't like having sores in my throat. It kind of sucks. So I guess no more Zinnies, which is probably not for the worst. It's probably not the worst thing to ever happen to me. But it's just weird because it didn't happen to me the first couple times, the first 20 times I took a Zyn, and now all of a sudden we're having issues. It's just odd to me, but it is what it is. I just started watching. I yesterday. This was yesterday because I was home tired and just wanted to watch TV all day. So I started watching the new game show, The Floor. Okay? I love game shows. I love competition shows. I love trivia. And so I'm immediately hooked on this fucking show, The Floor. And I got hooked just in time for the season finale, which is coming out tonight as of the airing of this, which I'm absolutely going to watch. I'm not going to bore you with all the details of The Floor. It's basically just a trivia game where there's categories and then it'll pop up a picture and you have to name the picture and you're competing head to head with people. You go back and forth. I'm really good at it because I have a lot of knowledge in this noggin of mine, a lot of useless knowledge, and I love trivia. So I'm playing along with them. There's so many times I'm just like, you fucking idiot. Like, it's this. Somebody today, it was on the first episode, somebody couldn't get nails. The category was tools and a nail popped up and they didn't get it. This one broad later in the season, it was transportation. It showed a horse. She was like, donkey, burro, pass. She didn't say fucking horse. What? The oldest mode of transportation? And some of the people on there are just so annoying and so just like, ugh. This one dude, now, I have nothing against gay people. I absolutely, I have gay friends. I have absolutely no prejudice against gay people. I do, however, dislike annoying people. And when you're a loud and proud gay, they tend to be annoying. There's annoying straight people, right? There's annoying straight people who are just like, I'm the most hetero guy ever. Like, I'm Mr. Manly Man. Like, that's annoying too. That's equally annoying. But there's this gay guy on there, right? And he hadn't gotten his opportunity, but he's like chirping along as the show's going, and he's making little quips here and there. And finally, his opportunity comes to for the competition to go up there, and he gets to choose the category. And immediately, the second he gets chosen, he's just like, yes, girl. Oh my goodness, loud, proud, and gay as the day is long. And I just find it annoying. I find it annoying to me when people make things like being gay their personality. I think that's a cop-out. I don't make being straight my personality. That's just what I am. That's just what I am. I didn't get to choose that, just like you don't get to choose being gay. So why would that be your personality? Like, people who make being a Republican their their personality, or people who make being a woman their personality. Like, you're a woman. Like, that's who you are. That's what you are. It doesn't define you. It's not like your personality. You know what I mean? It's just, that shit's annoying to me. And so right away, the guy goes, well, because instruments was one of the categories, and he goes, well, I do like me some instruments. God. He goes, I've blown on a couple of tubas and some saxophones and some flutes and some men. And the whole crowd's just like, ho, 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 ho. I'm just like, really? Like, so funny. It's just a prime example of, like, this is who I am. I'm a gay guy. In case you didn't know in the back, for anybody who wasn't aware because of my loud colored t-shirt, because of all the bright, bold colors and my absolute flamboyancy, in case you weren't aware that I'm gay, I blew some guys at band camp. And anyway, didn't choose that category. I believe he ended up going with flags as his category. And I think he fucked up because I think he thought it was a different word. I think he was like, I know a lot about that. I know a lot, in case anybody wasn't aware. I know a lot about that. I think he just didn't realize that it was actually flags was the category. And so goes up there, and I'm immediately like, I hope this motherfucker loses, just so I don't have to listen to him anymore. I mean, God, be gay. I don't care. Be gay, but don't be annoying. I just hate annoying people. I hate annoying straight people. I hate annoying anybody. Anybody who's annoying, get him out of my face. It's too much. So I'm just like, get rid of this guy. And he went up, he did like flags with a professor, like a college professor. And sure as shit, the professor won. And I was just like, yes, thank you. Moving on. He actually knew more of the stuff than I expected him to, though. So kudos to that. Some of those shits get hard, and sometimes I'm like, dude, you're really fucking this dude over, because one guy will get an easy one, the next guy gets a hard one, they have to pass and they lose time, then they get an easy one, then the other guy gets an easy, like, one guy just gets all the easy ones, and some people just get a lot of hard ones, because there's some I'm just like, what? Like, I didn't know that. How did that person get that? But it is a fun game, and I like trivia. And I'm glad that gay guy got booted off the show, because I was done with him. Like I said, I was trying to think of what category I would be good at, but wrong pipe. Oh my god. Great way to end the show. I'll just die to end the show. Yeah, I was wondering what category I would be good at. Sports. Anything to do with sports. Sports logos. Even just like company logos. Music. Anything to do with music. Bands. Musicians. I think I'd be really good at like history. U.S. history. Presidents. Even world history I think I'd be pretty good at. I know there's a few I would be not good at. Science and things. I think I'd be good at animals, like any kind of animal. I think I'd be good at. I'm trying to think of some of the categories. Some of the ones on there are weird. Like there's foods, different foods and stuff like that. Cars. I think I'd be pretty decent at that. But you'd also be surprised at what you think you know, and then you start watching and you're like, I actually didn't know nearly what I thought I did when it came to this. But it's still fun to play along. So go check out that show. And the season finale is tonight. 2-hour season finale. I'm stoked about it. I can't wait to watch. Oh boy. You know what? I think we're going to close this episode out a little early today. We've had some long episodes lately, and I am tired. It's been a long week. It's been a long weekend, and it was amazing. I can't say enough about it. So, super stoked. And riding high on it. And we're going to take all that energy into Las Vegas. And next week I will give you all the stories and the tales of the Sin City. And yeah, so look forward to that. But thank you again to everybody who came out to the show. Thank you everybody who supports. And thank you to everybody who is a new fan of Cutthroat. Welcome aboard. We hope to see you at the next shows, and we hope to have you along for the ride. Yeah, we had I just think about all the cool interactions, man. All the people just talking about what they liked and the songs that they liked. That's always my favorite part, is when people just kind of, when you get to have that get that perspective from the fans, because it just, I don't know, it puts it all into perspective, I guess. So yeah, thank you to everybody. Thank you guys for listening to this episode. Please like, share, subscribe, follow, all that good jazz. Again, sorry for it being late. It's just been a long weekend, and I am tired, and I'm still tired today, so I'm going to wrap this up because I got to edit it and get this fucker out for you guys to come out. And so that's that. Thank you so much. Believe to achieve. Take it from somebody who has done nothing but believe in my dream, and it's done nothing but achieve again and again and again. Believe to achieve, and it will come true. And most importantly, don't forget. Without it all, it really doesn't. I mean, without all of that, does it really matter? Because life's a garden. Dig it.
Just gotta keep on.